have so many things to talk about. Today I wanted to talk about symptoms versus root cause, but I just got off the phone leaving a message to a friend, and I think this is more interesting. Um, she has this gift of helping people in relationships. She's always I'm sure all of you have a friend that whenever something is going wrong in relationships, they're the one to talk to. Everyone asks them for advice, and they always have great advice. And people trust that advice, and they feel connected, and they open up. When you have, so she has that gift, but she has a kind of normal job. I mean, what's normal anyway? But kind of standard job. And I'm encouraging her to because she loves helping others. She loves advising them on relationships. She's so good at it. People are coming back. People, gifted her things to say thank you, big things. And so clearly that's a sign she likes to do it. Otherwise she wouldn't do it, right? So she has passion for it. She's good at it because people are coming back. And so, you can make that a profession, a vocation, whatever you want to call it, but have people pay for it. So I'm encouraging her to kind of switch from that job that she's doing to doing this more full time. And you can do it transitionally, right? You don't need to quit your job and then start doing that new thing, and that can be scary because the beginning is always the hardest. The first step is always the hardest. So you just start helping people on the side, or in her case, it's helping people on the side, and then once that becomes more intense, you say look, I'm trying to build that as my new career, as my new thing to do, where I make money, pay for my life, do you want to? I can clearly help you, and it seems like you're appreciating it. Can we formalize this, and let's have a call every week, or sit down every week, and then you say a price, or you ask them how much would you willing to pay, what would you pay for someone else doing this. So and what I'm kind of trying to get to, besides the practicalities of making it happen, which I think it's mostly about courage and just doing it. And once you do, the first step is always the hardest. Once you start doing, it's going to be easier and easier. And then you build up the confidence, and you're like, wow, this actually really works. I should do this. And then you quit your job and do it full time. And then you might become the best person at it in the world. And then it's a huge thing. And I think we always underestimate how possible that is once we find what our gift is. What are we really good at? The Japanese have this concept of ikigai. It's what you're good at, what you're passionate about, what the world needs, and what people pay for. And the kind of, they call it ikigai. You can call it purpose, gift. We all have one. And if we would all do that, and that's kind of what I'm trying, as one of the messages I'm trying to get across with my videos, to forget about these kind of standard jobs. These are things that will be less and less needed because, again, computers and AI will do them. And also they're not fulfilling. If you look at the people in most of their lives and jobs, they're just not happy with what they're doing. You just look at them. I walk through the street, I look at people, and I wonder, I live in London, so I look at the people. It's one of the richest cities in the world, great quality of life, assuming you like to live in a city. You have everything. If you think about, you're better off than 99% of the world, and people are miserable. Why? Why? And then say, oh, life is hard. I said, well, fuck it. Life is not hard. You got one life. Make it an amazing one. It's your job to do that, and you got all the tools you needed. It's just you. It's your mindset, and just listen to your intuition. What do you really want to do in life, and then do it. Who said you need to become a banker or a lawyer or a plumber or whatever? Whatever you do, is that what you want to do? If it fulfills you, great, do it and keep doing it, and you will be great, and will get better and better at it. And at some point, everybody wants you for that particular service. But if that's not the case, think about what you really, you can easily find that out by just observing yourself and also seeing how people react to it. When are you really excited, elated? When can't you stop talking about something? When do people ask you for your help? When do they value it? When do they say thank you? When are you lighting up? What type of things do you spend most time on, or your money on? just observe yourself, and then it becomes, you probably already know, not consciously maybe, but just if you look at your actions, like look what you do or don't do, and then you will find out what it is that really captivates you. And so rather than overthinking it, you just look at the facts. You look at your past, like in your life, what were the greatest moments, etc., and what type of activities are fulfilling you, and that is probably your gift. And if you do this and you can't find anything, well, then you haven't found it. But then don't stop looking. It's really like, you don't want to stop looking. Don't settle for less. Like once you found it, it's incredible. And because it's incredible, because you love what you're doing, people love what you're doing, they're going to come to you, and that's the greatest job in the world, because you're basically not working, you're just doing what you love, and people pay you for it, and they should, because you're doing something probably that you're better at than anybody else, because you found your gift. And so if you haven't, and most people haven't, and if you don't like what you're doing, and you wake up in the morning feeling like, oh, I don't want to go to this office, well, I encourage you, start looking. It is there. It's not even, I wouldn't even say it's out there, it's in here, and you know it, and you just have to pay attention. And then once you found it, then you obviously have to have the courage to switch into it. And there, again, I said this already, the first step is the hardest. It's like starting a business, or starting in a new city, or starting a relationship. The first steps are always the hardest, right? And then with every step you gain comfort and confidence, and so you just have to take a leap of faith. And once you have found, so it's first like acknowledging, okay, you're not doing, you haven't found your gift yet, then it's kind of creating the awareness, what could it be? Then once you know what it is, then you need to build up the courage, and the best way is just by start doing it in parallel to your normal life and job, and then you will get feedback, and you will get better at it, and then we'll start charging money. I mean, it's really that simple. Just people don't have either given up on the idea that it exists, like life just has to be this 9 to 5 or the 9 to midnight job that you hate, and that's just not the case. We all have something that is special, and it's a combination of things maybe, and where we can help, where we can help others to be better at something, and that's exactly what you should do. And once you found it, literally life will never be the same again. It's life changing, both for you and for the people you serve.